Today we are flying from city of Colorado Springs to Denver International. Um, city of Colorado Springs is a Class Charlie airport. We kind of omitted that last time because we were coming IFR, so it didn't really matter to us that much. But today it matters. And Denver International is the major Bravo Class Bravo airport with in real life a lot of traffic. So we'll go over how to get there. If we are lucky enough to get some controllers, then we will need to apply our knowledge. If not, then we'll just treat it as a Class Golf airport if it's unattended. Regarding weather, the pictures are from the morning. The METARs and TAVs are from now or an hour ago, actually. So we'll go to here to the website directly, and we'll review what we have there. So current observations at our departure, cloud layer at more than 20,000 feet. Then we have great visibility, good temperature, pretty nice, and wind is just 5 knots. Our destination, as of now, doesn't have any weather. Now it has. Again, cloud layer, that's about 10,000 feet above the ground, or actually 15,000 feet above the ground. Great visibility, 20 degrees less temperature. This is Fahrenheit. So I believe that's around 5 degrees centigrade. And yeah, so that's good. If we look at the forecast, let's start with clouds. It's annoying. So if I start with clouds, hopefully, yep. Yeah, okay, so we're not able to review the weather because now we maybe are. Sometimes I have problems with this site. But anyway, you can see cirrus clouds. It's our very high level clouds. And to the west, both to the west and to the east, we have some cloud systems that should not really affect us. If I go hour by hour, we can see that those clouds are basically staying where they are. And here we have this mountain range. So it's mostly hidden behind the stopped at the mountain level. The winds, that might be a little bit more complicated. We have some low-level wind shear warning, GRMAT, that is actually valid, not right now, but it will be valid in 1 hour. Airspeed loss or gain of 20 knots or more below 2,000 feet AGL, and we are just at the edge of it. So I assume that at the edge of it, it might not be that severe, but still watch out. We can see that some gusts are maybe will be present. These are surface winds. We'll be flying mostly at around 10,000 feet, I guess. So if I switch to 9,000, you can see that we have steady winds of 25 or 30 knots. And our current route is not this straight one, but a little bit to the west and back. Actually, at least my route. And it's at 12,000 feet. We have also 30 knots, and it's a southwesterly winds. So we should have some wind in the backs, at least some portion of the flight. Regarding temperatures, let's review. At 12,000 feet, the temperature is between -5 and 0, and at 9,000 feet, it's actually in the range of 5 to 10. So I'm planning to fly at like 10,000, so it's probably above 0 at that altitude. So should be fine. And yeah, we have some icing, freezing level can be from 070, but not at our location if the temperatures are high enough. and it's valid from 21 to 100 Zulu. So weather-wise, it should be very doable. Also in the simulator, the weather looks great. We have just some clouds high enough. So let's move forward. Departure, as I said, is a Class Charlie airport. There's some remarks. So it says portion of taxiway is blocked from view, yeah, from towers. Some information about view blockage. Then taxi use oversteer and turns. Okay, it's basically for bigger aircraft, I think. Determined parking, to use Colorado Springs. Okay, so nothing for us really. The destination, class Bravo, and we'll see in the live map, or not live map, but on SkyVector, how that looks like. We'll talk about those layers and what they mean, and we'll introduce also a different kind of chart that we can use. I will come to it probably later, but one thing that I don't like about the US airport diagrams is that if it's an international airport, the aircraft diagram becomes unreadable because it's on the same format, but it needs to be like kind of compressed together. So I was able to find only one GA stand on the Denver International Airport, and that's a signature in here. We'll see how we get there. Route planning. I'll switch to the route planning momentarily, to the SkyVector. Just very briefly, we have obviously airspace Bravo around Denver, Charlie around Colorado Springs, and then we have multiple Class Delta airspaces. You can see them here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6. Also something here. So a lot of Delta airspaces. I have planned the route in a way that I will miss all of them, but it's not actually a requirement. It's perfectly fine, I believe, to fly over. It just needs to be coordinated with the respective towers. We also have an alert area, which is there. I will come to that. And then I'm not sure, it's called transponder mandatory zone in the US, but that's what it basically is. Around Denver, you have the 30-mile ring in magenta, or in maroon actually, and it says that you can only enter with the transponder on and the mode Charlie transponder on. So let me go to SkyVector. Now, usually, what you usually probably do is to use the World VFR part. Because that kind of connects all the sections together. What I like to do more is to, when I'm at a specific area, I will switch to that section. So in this case, Denver, because that will allow me to also see the remarks and notes around it. And that's good, for example, for that alert area here, alert area 8 to 60. If I go here to the notes, then I can see that it's obviously they do not extend into other classes, and it's to 17,500 feet. Time of use, it's probably NOTAMed or something, SRSS. Not really sure what that means, and it doesn't have any controlling agency. So from here we cannot see any details. However, if you look back here, it's kind of like in a different place here, this maroon rectangle, and it says that basically you should avoid flying in the vicinity because there's some intensive student pilot training on this Davis field, US AFI Academy field. So let's try to avoid it and not really fly there. Now, so this is the sectional chart. Now, as you can see, often you will also we can find notes in a sense of like Colorado Springs terminal pilots are encouraged to use the Colorado Springs terminal area chart for flights at or below, and I don't know, yeah, 10,200. So which we will be. And you can also tell that there is a terminal area chart by this white border. And this is like where the terminal area chart is done. And we have one for Colorado Springs, and we also have one for Denver here. So for more flight planning, I will switch to Colorado Springs TAC, terminal area chart. The scale is twice as detailed as the sectional, so it's not 1 to 500,000. It should be 1 to 250,000. Trying to find that where that is. Probably nowhere. In any case, you can better see the layouts of the cities and so on. So I'm planning to depart this area to the northwest. The reason is that I believe the terrain and the scenery will be much nicer here. So I want to go there. First, I will follow Interstate 24. So not really flying over the mountains, but maybe along the road, maybe just, slightly over. And I will be looking for Woodland Park as my first user fix. Then I will continue flying. Not sure if I will be able to see the river or any kind of valley or road, but I should be able to spot this Cheeseman Lake from afar. And actually, this was better visible here. There's some Thunder Butte or West Creek. So maybe when I'm flying next to it, then I know that it's slightly more, and we have some power lines here, which we can then follow. For Denver itself, of course, it also has a TAC, and some TACs will also have these VFR routes depicted, or preferred VFR routes depicted, and so on. But this one doesn't have it. But you can at least see the VRP points, or like visually reporting points. There's Martin planned here. And it also has another kind of style of chart, which is the fly chart. And if I switch to it, you can see that it doesn't have terrain, but all the other information is much more clearly visible. So on the check, I might have problems finding these delta airspaces or these light blue arrows that actually depict the usual arrival and departure paths for major airliners. But here you can see that more clearly, and it can give us a lot of information. So first, the class Bravo at Denver consists of some surface area, which is in the vicinity of the airport. The Denver itself has an elevation, I believe, was it 5,400 something, so 5,500, give or take. And you can see that the other, outer, or the, not outer, but inner rings, the next one, to the north, it's actually to 6,000, so 500 feet in the air, and you're already in class Bravo. Here you have 1,500 feet AGL until you are in Bravo and so on. So you can approach this and actually enter the class Bravo here at this border, and you are able to underfly the rest, or you can get a clearance within the class Bravo and fly within that. If you check the fly chart, apart from some visual reporting points like Martin planned, and also like a sketch how it looks like from the air, it also has these arrows and light blue arrows, these big ones with altitude numbers, and these are called flyways. It is not any kind of published route in a sense that you can reference that to ATC and they can know what that is, but it's kind of how it is defined is that it's the route that is less likely to be congested, or least likely to be congested for VFR traffic. One thing is that it will keep you away from those arrival and departing. For example, this arrival path, you can see that the aircraft will fly over there and they will have altitude from 22,000 to 11,000 feet. So if you stay at 8,500 or 7,500, you will stay below that. And so it's defined like the least chance of like being congested. On the other hand, if every VFR pilot chooses to fly there, I cannot help myself but feel that it actually might be congested. But I don't fly in the US in real life, so I don't know how it's in real life. Here I will take it as an advice where to keep as much as possible, because it will keep me under the Bravo and also away from these arrival and departure tracks. Here we have bidirectional. You can see that you should be 7,500 when flying east and 8,500 when flying west. And here we also have, and we have here we have unidirectional. So if we are flying north, we should stay west of I-25, which is actually this road. This is I-25. So that remain west applies to this northern section of this flyway. In this southern one, you just need to, do the pilotage or proper pilotage and see, where you should be. So you know that you should be like to the right or approximately like 3 nautical miles from this Chatfield Reservoir, and then fly north. We will cross one major road and you will head towards the stadiums. Since they are like depicted here, I believe they can be recognized from the air. And then latest at around this point, you should be asking for a clearance into Class Bravo, and I will come to that momentarily. So yeah, from I switch to Denver. So from here, I will fly towards this reservoir, and that will put me, here on the tag. And last 30 miles, I will just fly over the city. Pretty low, so not really sure how safe that is if something happens. I just hope that there will be some football field to land at if land on if I need. All right. Any questions to the route itself, like to the routing? If not,
Maybe
yeah,
one comment instead of a question. It might make sense to have, to plan an alternate uncontrolled field because Class Bravo clearance is not guaranteed for VFR aircraft.
it's not definitely. Thank you for that. So yes, that's a good point. In that case, maybe this Boulder money could be the one. So if we don't get the clearance, we just continue north until we get here.
One I picked.
Oh,
It's the one I picked
okay.
for.
Okay, very good.
Happened to me once. Got denied.
All right. But very good point. Thank you. So that's the route planning. Departure. We are here at Qatar Aviation, at least I am. Hopefully you are as well. The winds currently, if they didn't change, should be from the south. So let's load the new data. We have winds from 230 actually at 9 knots. So let's see what options. 230, 9 knots. So I believe runway 17 right will be the best for us. 13 and 31 is like too much angle, too big angle. So I will 17 right. I will just get winds from here from the right. All right. So normally you can see that it has a ground controller and it has a clearance delivery controller. So let me actually see who to contact for who to normally contact, if I can find that in a chart supplement or not. Communications, ATC, Unicom, PTD, Blackfire Springs, Tower Spring Departure, Control, Ground Clearance Delivery. Okay, so as a VFR aircraft, I believe you should be fine with contacting ground control unless the ATIS information tells you something else that you should, also for VFR clearance, that you should contact the clearance delivery. In any case, if you contact ground and they don't provide these, clearances out of the class Charlie, then they'll just point you to delivery if that's the case. But you can see also here on the airport diagram all the frequencies. So let's say that we are talking to ground. So it can look something like that. Springs ground November 123 Alpha Bravo is the type Cessna 152 at Qatar Aviation with information Quebec, that's the ATIS. Taxi for VFR departure to the northwest, can take intersection A, Alpha 2 for departure, flight following to Denver at 10,500 feet. So you can say all that at once, right? And normally at Class Charlie, you don't actually need a clearance. So you can immediately ask for a taxi for VFR departure to the northwest. The information about that you can take the intersection Alpha 2 for departure means that you are able to depart from here. Because if you don't get it and you ask for a taxi, then normally in the US, the controller should give you a taxi all the way to the beginning of the runway. Yes, on Vatsim, some will ask, can you take Alpha 2 or something like that. In real life, it might not happen. Depends on the load of the controller and so on. It's on the pilot responsibility to ask for it, or it's his right to ask for it. And again, you might be given that, or you might be given the whole runway because of the operational reasons. Even if you ask for flight following, it's very possible that they will just give you taxi instructions first, and then they will call you a few minutes after to give you a squawk, for a VFR flight following. As far as departure is going, since this is a towered field, let's do what the ATC would be able to give us. I assume that runway 17 right will have a right traffic pattern. Let's verify that. Oh, it actually has a left traffic pattern. So normally it would depart either straight out or 45-degree to the crosswind. That's untowered field. But of course, if it has a tower controller, they can tell you after departure turn right, or right base departure or something like that. So we'll just do that today. No sense of like circling the airport if we can simulate that we have a controller, at least in this sense. Of course, we will not be asking for this if there is no ATC. We'll just self-announce like that, so we can say that we will be doing a right base, right crosswind. Someone should have corrected me a long time ago when I said base. So right crosswind departure here. Don't be shy, and if I say something wrong, just correct me right away. It's better. Yeah, this is. I didn't change this slide at all. It's the usual en route slide with some terminology to be used. So let's continue. And now we come to class Bravo. So let's say that what I would elect to do is to fly under the shelf of the class Bravo, so under it at 7,500. I will get the weather, obviously, and I'm planning, since here, this is the point where I will definitely enter, or even maybe here. As you can see, this starts at 7,000 feet. And yes, I might be able to start descending sooner, but maybe not. So let's say that I would also punch this one. In that case, I want to get the clearance in time. Two reasons really. Bravo clearance might be quite lengthy, and the second reason is normally the frequency might be quite busy. So if you don't get the clearance, don't enter under any circumstances, if there is an ATC, of course. So how does it look like? Let's say that we have Denver approach online, and we would say something like this, right? Denver approach, Skyhawk 123 Alpha Bravo, slant Alpha. That just this is the slash, equipment, so that means that you don't have any GPS. VFR from Colorado Springs to Denver International, position 5 miles south of stadiums at 7,500 feet. Request to enter the Class Bravo airspace to land. We have information November. And they reply to you, for example, Skyhawk 123 Alpha Bravo, Denver approach, squawk 3502. Now, if you were flying into the Class Charlie airspace, this already would give you a clearance to enter that Class Charlie airspace, but not Bravo. Bravo, you need to have a specific exact clearance for that. So for now, you read back squawk 3502, Skyhawk 123 Alpha Bravo, and then they can tell you something like Skyhawk 3 Alpha Bravo. Notice they shorten it. Radar contact 2 miles south of stadiums, cleared into the Denver Class Bravo airspace, maintain VFR at or below 7,000, altimeter 29908. And you can say something like position check, cleared into the Denver Class Bravo airspace, maintain VFR at or below 7,000 feet, altimeter 29908, Skyhawk 3 Alpha Bravo. At that point, you are able to enter. They can even give you some instructions already, you know what to do. But more than likely, they will just tell you, Skyhawk 3 Alpha Bravo, contact Denver Tower at. And that also applies if I'm planning to enter this inner shelf. Not sure how it is with Class Bravo, but it's very possible that already tower that controls this one, and you can get the Class Bravo clearance already from, sorry, not already, but from the tower. You don't even need to talk to approach if you are not gonna punch the outer shelves of the Bravo. In that case, you would just recite this, to tower instead of approach. But then you can you won't be passed over to Denver Tower, and then you announce Denver Tower Skyhawk 123 Alpha Bravo 7,000 feet, information November. It's also good to repeat that you have the weather, and they
I
can.
have one question.
Yep.
Sorry. It says on the chart to contact Denver approach while 30 miles out, I think. So I assume at this point, when you are at that point, you're already in contact with approach anyway.
Yeah, that's actually a good good comment. It's on this, right? Seat
Yeah, on the
contact,
south of the Class Bravo.
intensive glide caution. Yeah, I cannot find it right now, but
It's on the tag, not on the
on the
sectional.
tag only. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, contact Denver
The
approach. Yes.
yeah.
Yes, sure. So that's a valid point. If you plan to land, it's probably good thing to contact them already, because at that point you don't need to request the Bravo clearance, but you should be in the contact with them in real life definitely, because if you call them here, you have like a few minutes there, and they need to slot you in somehow. So they want to be aware of you as soon as possible. That's a good remark. Thank you very much. And since I'm here on this chart, let's talk about this ring. You can see that it's 30 nautical miles, and mode Charlie and ADSB out is mandatory equipment here. So normally in US you can fly without transponder, without the radios, but not close to these airports, and if you have this ring depicted here. All right. Okay, and then the tower, if it was not approached, then the tower definitely will give you instruction what to do. So for example, altimeter continue to final runway 7, report 5 miles, and you just read back and comply with all the instructions. Latest at this point, when you make this final call, or if you are not in time to make it, and they will issue a landing clearance before, then you can just read it back. For example, if they tell you before you are able to report that 5 miles, Skyhawk 3 Alpha Bravo, runway 7 clear to land, then you can just reply something like runway 7 clear to land, we're parking at signature, Skyhawk 3 Alpha Bravo. And you can even request a long landing. That's just, if I bring up the you can see that if you're landing at 7, then a Bravo 4 is actually, the exit is quite a long way. It's like 8,000 feet. So, and if you don't want to touch down later, you need to have a clearance for that, because for various operational reasons, you would be higher at at this end of the runway, this first one, and you might not be visible to some other aircraft or something. So just, if you don't get the long landing approved directly, just ask for it and you can get it. I picked runway 7 because in the morning it looked like that it will be the wind will be blowing from the direction. Currently the wind is 0. So we'll see when we get closer. Obviously runway 7 is not the ideal runway for us, because we then need to taxi all the way here, to general aviation parking. 17 right would be better. But again, that's, flying over the airport, so not really sure what's the VFR operations, what they would allow us to do in real life, because they don't want some, cowboy, not making the final turn and crashing somewhere in the airport, on somebody else. Maybe they would just turn you and like vector you around and tell you, to come from this direction, but then you cross all the departures and so on. So not really sure what would happen in real. For me, I will be happy to land at runway 7 and then taxi away and, see the Denver a little bit. And here is what I talked about. This is an airport chart, and I'm not able to determine, where is Alpha Alpha taxiway, where is Alpha Sierra taxiway, right? So I have no idea from this chart. And as far as I know, on the FAA side, there is nothing more detailed. That's what I like about Europe. If they have a big airport, they will have also parts of these, airport diagrams much more detailed, so you can actually navigate the airport much more confidently. What I used is, because I have a scenery for Denver, and I just, looked here how the layout looks like, and I was able to see those Alpha Sierra, taxiways. Right, but you are not able to get this detail from those charts, and this is like a nightmare. You're like taxi nightmare, this one, if you don't have a detailed chart, if you see only this. So yeah, so that's the arrival, or that's the class Bravo actually. You can see the taxi clearance might be quite complicated, so be sure, especially on those bigger airports, have a pen and paper ready and just, type down. If they just if they do it very fast on you, just say again, and shorter, or not shorter, slower. Yeah, that's what I already talked about. So signature here. In real life, it's full of jets, like private jets. So we will be like a poor man, like poor people parking here today, but that's all right. And that's quite it. Any questions? Concerns? No? No panic? All right. So I'll wish you a very nice flight. Happy flying as always, and see you in Denver.
Happy flying.
See you in Denver.
And let's get started, shall we? So power on. Throttle, right tank, yes, that's fuller. So let's do some fuel pump and observe the fuel pressure. Yeah, we got the fuel pressure. I will lean the mixture a little bit because our altitude is quite high here. And then beacon, look out. Alrighty. Start the engine then. I need to prime it. What's the temperature? Oh, 16 degrees, so 2 strokes should be enough. Yep. Let's get it started. Clear. Very good. Observe the oil pressure, it's in the green. Nice. I'll close these. And the avionics. Nav lights can go on. Timers, yeah, reset. Clear. No, we won't be filling in. So, lest I forget, let's configure the altimeter. So the airport elevation was 5474 and the altimeter setting, according to the METAR, should be 2988. And I need to switch to the US pressure. Yep. So 2988. About there, and it's actually 6,000. Oh no, 5545. That was Denver. This one has. This one is 6187. 6187. That's not really what it reads. It should read something like 187, but that's not the pressure I should have, so maybe I'm on a different side. Let's try to review the airport diagram for elevation 6045 and it's 6173, so something is definitely not correct. Weather, live weather is enabled. Could it be the temperature problem? Let's review this again. 2988 17. I will ask, guys. Guys, may I ask you? I set the altimeter to the what it should be, to 2988, but I'm reading like 100 feet more than I should. Do you have the same problem?
I am using.
Yeah, me too.
993.
2993?
Yeah, but maybe it's. Let me check if it has changed. It's 2988 now.
Yeah, but in order to read correctly, I would need to tune something like 297, you know, 297 or 2978. So I don't know if it's like wrong elevation here on the scenery or something like that. Well, we'll see.
Looks
I
alright.
don't know do they measure the airport elevation? I don't know at which point.
I was reviewing, and you know, the runway 17 right has elevation from 6173 to 6045. So I don't think that it's kind of
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
true.
that this
It
general
could,
aviation parking is like higher. We'll see. I will just set the correct pressure and just account that for the scenery.
Interesting, because the altimeter setting on the ground should be compensated for temperature. Strange.
Should be. I don't think so. But actually, yeah, you might have a point. Because it's higher temperature, so but in higher temperature I should read higher, yes. It actually might be that one.
The question is, why don't they publish a lower altimeter setting?
Yeah, that's another thing, that the altimeter setting, well, it's QNH, right? So it's calculated against the mean sea level in a standard atmosphere. So that actually might make sense. If I'm not talking nonsense here. Yeah, you have this QFF, QNH, and QFE. And if it was QFF, then I guess that I would read airport elevation, because that's the pressure, you know, at this altitude, you know, compared to the sea level in true. And QNH might be actually that. Yeah,
I'd have to look it up, to be honest.
Yeah, we have like 20 degrees Celsius out there, and we are at 6,000 feet, so we should, the standard temperature at this altitude is what, about 3 degrees? So we are 10 degrees more. And 10 degrees more at 6,000 feet should actually read like 200 feet, I believe. It's 4 feet per 1,000 and per degree. So 40 times 6, that should actually be 240 difference. Strange.
Yes, I don't know, maybe there's more to it, but honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just punched it in. I didn't even really look, to be honest. I normally just punch in the QNH, look at the altimeter, and then fly the pattern 1,000 feet above that. So yeah, but
yeah,
huge difference. Maybe it's the elevation, but I don't know.
Can be anything. We still don't have any controller, right?
Nope. Controller.
We just file a flight plan anyway, because we are coming into Bravo. Well, actually, I won't. Let's do without. All right, so which together? Chain activity, no.
Colorado Springs traffic, November 36 Foxtrot, type Bar Kodiak on the West General Aviation ramp, taxiing to runway 17 at intersection Alpha 2, Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche at the Western General Aviation Parking, and will be taxiing behind the Kodiak to runway 17 right at intersection Alpha 2, Colorado Springs. Okay, so that basically means, if I'm not mistaken, forward. Yeah. But I will let him pass. Just join afterwards. So brakes. Test left brake, working. Okay. Right brake, working. Very good.
Colorado Springs Municipal Traffic, Comanche 901 Papa Charlie at the Qatar Aviation GA parking, taxiing to runway 17 right at the Alpha 2 intersection, Colorado Springs.
The wind's actually coming from the south now. But that's the latest METAR says. Something wrong with the weather. Or maybe it just doesn't take METAR as kind of the main source. There's something wrong with the graphics? Just verify. I want to do this. Just do my run up here.
Colorado Springs traffic, Cardiac 36 Foxtrot at Alpha 2, departing runway 17 right downwind departure, Colorado Springs.
Okay, let's see what gives me, what mixture setting gives me the most RPM, or most horse brake pressure. Doesn't really change. This. Let me just quickly review this one. Yeah, let's stay the same.
Bonsoir. Salut. Oui. C'est quand je mets un peu. Au revoir.
Someone has a hot mic. Ife Oluva. Hot mic. Anyway, magnetos.
Leave it.
Okay. Right, that works. 1800. Verify the carb heat. Yeah, drop. 0. Or idle, not 0. Alright. Controls. Let's taxi further.
Colorado Springs traffic, Cardiac 36 Foxtrot, turning right crosswind, runway 17 right, Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, entering runway 17 right at Alpha 2 and departing runway 17 right, right crosswind departure, Colorado Springs. So, strobe lights, fuel pump, landing lights. Yep. Flaps. Let's do flaps. 1,
Colorado Springs traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, turning right downwind, runway 17 right, Colorado Springs.
Okay, timer on. And let's roll. Airspeed is alive. Gear up. Windy here, gusty. Reduce the wear on the engine, flaps up.
Colorado Springs traffic, Comanche 901 Papa Charlie, turning runway 17 right at the Alpha 2 intersection, and right downwind departure, Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, downwind, right downwind, runway 17 right, 7,600, climbing 8,500, departing to the north, final call, Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, turning right crosswind runway 17 right and departing to the northwest, Colorado Springs. Niner 6. It's gonna probably be that one. Yep. So I want to land it climb to like 10,000 or 1,500. That's the pass I want to go through. This one.
Colorado Springs traffic, type Comanche 91 Papa Charlie, right downwind, 17 right, and we'll be leaving the pattern to the northwest, climbing 10,500 feet, and final call, Colorado Springs.
Yeah, it's windy. Yeah, landing lights can go off. Colorado Springs traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, 9,000 feet, about 6 nautical miles west of the airport, and going west. Final call, Colorado Springs. Yeah, so basically Denver is that way, but we're gonna kind of circle, or not circle, but circumnavigate a little bit. It's kind of gusty. Me like it. So I'm gonna climb to 10,000 or 10,500 feet initially. That's what I'm gonna be. That's what I'm gonna be flying. So on the chart, basically city extending there, and then a road, and again some cities. We'll see. It's probably that city there. And when we are flying, we should be able to spot this reservoir. Probably in this valley somewhere. Okay, approaching 10,500. Let's level off. Let it accelerate a bit. Then reduce the power, reducing RPM 1900, then leading the mixture, get richer. I managed to climb a bit. I didn't want to, but we'll see. This has the sound of the engine at 1900 RPM is very pleasant to the ear. Yeah, quite windy there. I don't want to climb higher because of the oxygen. As you can see, it's quite bumpy ride. So in any case, from the departure all the way to the Woodland Park, estimation was for 8.5 minutes. Obviously will not be able to maintain that, or not that, because that was counting with the... Why is this high airspeed test here? Ah, because I didn't fill up the climb profile. Well, I thought I did. Oh, altitude, wrong altitude. All right, let's generate a new one because that's horseshit. What we have here, I completely forgot to do this. So I have a completely wrong navlog. Now this is more likely. So 9 minutes, yeah, still it's gonna be probably a little bit more. Let's see. Ah, we have this reservoir here. Nice. Look at it. It's very nice. Let me see if I can do some external picture. Climbed a bit. Ah, wrong lever. So as long as that was the reservoir there, That means that we are very close to Woodland Park. It's probably this one. Even though that from the sectional I would actually expect a bigger village, but that's it. Won't be able to sync my directional gyro with these gusts. Actually, let's see. It's basically correct. Just maybe a very slight change. Any case, Woodland Park, yes, and then from there we'll take 320 roughly. 11 minutes, yep. So let's punch it in here, 11. Let's turn. And our true course, wind direction to and for the true track 335, variation -8, so magnetic track should be yeah, actually 327. So we should head someplace there, but of course we will need to compensate for the wind. If I'm not mistaken, this hill there, that's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the West Creek. So I need to turn into the wind a little bit. And it should take me about 6 or 7 minutes to get all the way here. It's kind of not really sure if I will be able to recognize. There is no feature. There's a power line, so we'll see if we can see any power line. In any case, it should take us 6 or 7 minutes. We are currently flying about 125 knots indicated. At this altitude, at this temperature, it could be around 140. Yeah, we're doing 10,000. Let's actually count it if we can. So pressure altitude about 11,000 feet. Outside air temperature 2 degrees. So 11,000, 2 degrees, something like that. And for 141 we need to be doing about 120, just short of 120. So we are going a little bit faster actually. I read it right. Yeah. No problem. So it's gonna be not 7 minutes but 6 and something. Yeah, not many places to perform an emergency landing. This one maybe. So if something happens, I should aim here. Obviously, it's not with the wind, but in the valleys the wind will be different anyway. Yeah, there is a very small water body in front of the mountain, which will probably be that one, and that's also a valid location for a good emergency landing. Water, if it's controlled, we have a very high rate of survival, actually. I believe that about there will be my turning point towards Denver. Okay, let's see about some outside pictures. chart is trimmed nicely, so I didn't need to do any corrections. We are 4.5 minutes. We are passing this mountain. I zoom out. 4.5 minutes out of 6 or 7, that's about right. Bigger one. Yeah, I won't be able to see any power lines, I believe, from out here. We'll need to do without. What's my fuel? Oh, fuel indicators are also changing when gusting. I noticed that for the first time. Very nicely done. A to A. Not able to see where I have more fuel. Probably still in the right tank, but barely. So let's keep the right tank for now. Yeah, as far as terrain goes, what I'm gonna be following is kind of a valley, so that should help me. This valley, I guess, until it ends. Yeah, it turns left. So I'm gonna fly there. Yeah, almost there. There's a river there. River here. Okay, that's about it. So 6 minutes. Reset. So I'll just type 6 minutes that it took. 6. And then should be having even more. Yeah, that's true. So I want to keep that valley to my left. Yep. I will just fly here. In 7 minutes should see me at Chatfield Reservoir already. So it's a rather short flight. Yeah, it says only 34 minutes, so yep. But we were able to identify this valley and the river. I don't see any power lines. Oh, power lines are actually below us. That's just for the sake of it. There they are. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful scenery, and we saw the power lines. They are there. Should be turning left. Yes, turning left. Some distant mountains there. We will be getting our way there eventually, because this is something not to be missed. Altitude holds quite steady. We are now flying. East, so we should be doing 9,500. So let's actually descend a little bit. Reduce the power, carb heat on, and then let it descend. This one could already be the Chatfield Reservoir. Yep. So we are nearing. We are getting near. In any case, let's freeze. Double check. No controller. Let's check here as well. Where are we? Yeah, there we are. Yep, no controller here. So it's gonna be just us. Let's get the weather. For Denver, 1735 Zulu, no, that's TEF, 2053. So, okay, so this is the brand new METAR, and the winds are really going, really favoring runway runway 7. Of course, we could easily land with this kind of mild crosswind also on 17 right. And maybe we should be doing that. Okay, let's if we do that, let's see, 17 right. Does it have left traffic pattern? Probably left. Yeah, it doesn't say anything, and it's a continuously attended airfield, so maybe this discussion is kind of moot. Yeah, I deviated a bit. Oh, I wanted to go to 7,500. Actually, so let's go down. Yeah, because now I might be actually entering this Glasgow at 100. Okay, so I'm still good. Still 10,000 feet. Okay, I don't need to go this aggressively. But basically when I cross this road, I should be turning 347. Thereabout. 347. Yeah, it's still altitude. I will be lower. We'll see. And the track is more important. So road, then keep it to more left. Those reservoirs slightly, you know, the same distance. This one and then next one is the road. I'll actually do that. It should guide us to Denver International. Fuel left and right. Right is the same as left now, so we can keep the right fuel tank active. Now I'm reaching the road at 6:30, so let's reset that at 6:30. Yep. Write it down. 6.5. And let's turn, so we follow here. And descending to 7,500 at the same time. The pressure at Denver was 2980, so I also need to configure that one, 2980, and now we are suddenly lower. Okay, we're flying. Maybe we are a little bit closer than I would like to be. Because these are those, I should be more farther away from them. So let's correct our course a little bit. Oh, and I'm descending more than I wanted to. So let's get back. See if I can sync my directional gyro. Should be pointing almost straight north, slightly to the west side of it, like that. So let's correct the course. And let's continue flying. And it should take us about 5 minutes. So 3 more, and we should be looking out for stadiums. This is a major road here. Can we see that? It's probably this one. It's gonna be downtown Commerce City. Capital. Able to see that. But what about the stadiums? We are behind that big one. Ah, we are still here. In the middle. Stadium should be next to this one here somewhere.
Denver International Traffic, November 36 Foxtrot, applied Kodiak VFR, about 10 miles southwest, 7,400, for straight in runway 07, Denver International.
Stadiums there. Yep, see the stadiums. From there we'll basically turn on a heading to 62. So I'll just configure that here already. Yeah, stadiums could be nicely seen. Just make a picture. Nice. What about outside picture? Oh. Wrong keys. So 5 minutes and we are at the stadiums. Right. Denver International Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche above the stadiums. About 17 miles southwest, and we'll be joining final runway 7, Denver International.
Denver International Traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, on a 5-mile final runway 07, Denver International.
So this one should take me directly over the final, and we should be overflying some lakes here. Oh, is that city below us? Oh yes. Let's do a bang. Gosh. those lakes? Oh, these are those lakes. Actually, might those be... Oh, that's, yes, those ones. And... another one. Buildings, buildings.
Denver International Traffic, code 36 Foxtrot, short turn, runway 07, full stop. Denver International.
Hit the fuel pump on the whole time, oh my god. So, landing lights on. Let's put carb heat on. Picture slightly richer, but not all the way. The elevation is high. Don't want to increase the RPM as of yet because it will just slow me down. Let's do it later. Oh, there is some very small cloud there.
Denver International Traffic, code 36 Foxtrot, runway 7, located at Bravo 8, taxiing to parking, Denver International.
Denver International Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche on a 6 miles final for runway 7. We'll be vacating at Bravo 4, Denver.
Denver International Traffic, Papa Comanche 91 Papa Charlie is 15 miles southwest of the airport over the stadiums, 1,500 feet. And we'll be coming in for a straight-in landing, runway 7, Denver.
So we'll just slow down a little bit more using the high RPM settings. Gear can go down. Flaps 1. Wind seems to be a little bit from the right. Let's do flaps 2.
Denver Traffic, can I get a mic check, please? Denver International Traffic, anybody up? Mic check, please.
Loud and clear, Denver International.
Thank you.
Carb heat off. I'm intentionally a little bit higher because I want to exit there.
Denver International Traffic, Comanche 91 Papa Charlie on a 5-mile final to runway 7, Denver.
Let's get the map for help. Yep, there he is. Landing lights off. Fuel pump off. It's gonna be a long taxi. Denver International Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche vacated runway 7 at Bravo 4 and continuing taxi to Signature. Denver. Strobe lights off. We're gonna here at Bravo 4. And then we should transition to Alpha Alpha. It should be like straight ahead and slightly to the right. Maybe I see the aircraft in front of me. It's gonna be a long taxi, but you can enjoy the scenery, maybe. Let's get on the center line before I take a photo. Ground speed 14 knots, that's about right. I'll lean a little bit more to save those plugs. So yeah, Alpha Alpha, that's where we are at. We need to continue on Alpha Alpha. So, I believe the second line. The first one will be Golf, if I'm not mistaken. And I should be coming straight ahead. And now lean up. Hopefully I'm on Alpha Alpha. Should be. Yep, and then continue Alpha Sierra or Alpha Alpha. Alpha Alpha actually. Oh, I will go under the arch. That's a long taxi. But nice airport. Oh, we are quite fast. So on this straight section, I guess it doesn't hurt. So where next? After Alpha Alpha, we kind of continue to Mike. So that's here.
Denver International Traffic, Comanche 91 Papa Charlie, is vacated runway 7 at Bravo 4, taxiing to Signature at GA parking, Denver.
Let's pick up a speed. Pick up speed.
Denver traffic, Pacific Northwest 5109 on final, runway 16 left, Denver.
Things left. Ah, it's all the way. Different place. Yeah, we know. We want to go to Mike. Actually, turn here. Yep. Oh man, that's a long taxi.
Yeah.
Almost as long as the
Denver
flight.
traffic, Skyhawk 172 Kill Sierra is 8 miles north, planning runway 17 right, Denver.
Did you say almost as long as the whole flight?
Yeah.
It's not every day you get to taxi in such a big airport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm taxiing for 10 minutes already, and it took 36 minutes to fly. I'm almost there. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that every time, but once in a while.
Reminds me of that one flight to Boston
Yeah, was it similar?
in the really bad weather. Yeah, there was a controller online.
Yeah.
And had to taxi, I think, across half the airport, I guess.
It really let you appreciate the size of these airports, right?
Yeah.
It takes a while to even overfly it, let alone over taxi it.
Yeah. In our puny little plane.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to have it any other way, apart from doing it in real with some sponsor. But I'm not enough a beautiful woman, so
Yeah, so the influencer career is close to you.
yeah, I won't get the sponsor.
Ah.
It's quite huge.
Indeed.
So 13 minutes of taxiing, or 14, and 36 minutes of flying. So, parking brake is on. Avionics can go off. What else? Navigation lights off. Master switch off.
It's sad there's no control online for such a big airport.
And beacon.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if an AI was controlling all the centers in the US and maybe even tower on the major airports?
Like in real life?
Yeah. Then we would really have some talking to do.
All right, so thank you for joining me on today's trip from Colorado Springs Municipal to Denver International. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't get too bored with this long taxi, but it comes with this huge airport, and one really comes to appreciate that one. As a last thing, I'll do the comparison of my plan with what I actually flew, and for that I just need to take these coordinates. I do a flight plan. Flying from KCOS to KDEN. Yep, create flight plan and close, and voila. From Woodland Park, I believe I was pretty much spot on without any usage of the moving map. Obviously here I joined the final, so nicely done, Flying Bruskev, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Good question. I have my avionics off already.
I
No
actually
wonder I'm not
tried to
hearing anything.
say 17 right at one point.
Ah, okay.
Vatsim.
I had you all muted, so I don't know what you said.
No problem.
I actually enjoyed this flight quite a lot.
Yeah.
The scenery was very, very nice. Did you take the same route as me?
I took the more direct route northbound.
Okay, so you had mountains to your left all the time.
Yeah.
You took the direct route because you have a slow plane?